Alchemy of Acting, otherwise known as A.O.A.
Greetings, my name is Lelania Masters and I'm excited to be talking to you about A.O.A, Atlanta's top actors studio. Now A.O.A is for the serious actor only, for the emerging artist who is serious and dedicated to honing their craft, strengthening their skills, and becoming master performance makers and master storytellers.
How did you get in here?
Your door's open. Like, literally, Clark, your door is hanging wide open.
There was a study that showed an open door makes a home a less of a target.
You're leaving?
Along in this kind of environment.
Then why did you stay?
I guess Ross got me excited about the puzzle of it, putting the research into the real world, pull the strings, but I'm not built for the real world. I think that's obvious now. Academics.
You've been fired, censored, put on probation, and even quit every single teaching job you've ever had. Why do you keep on insisting that that's where you belong?
They tolerate me, write papers, lecture, issue some apologies, repeat. I get that. I know how to do that.
Tolerating you is not the same as accepting you. Clark, it's not the same as caring for you.
Ross doesn't really care about
He does. Believe me, he's not the most perfect person, but he absolutely cares. He cares so much that he's thinking of a colossal, stupid way of fixing everything so that you stay. And here's the thing. I agree with him. Not the way that he's gonna do it, but about you staying. I think that this is where you belong. You don't need to be somewhere where people just tolerate you, Clark. You need to be somewhere where they care for you. Like when you called me and told me that you needed me, that felt good. I'm not good at a lot of things, but you made me feel great. When you said that you needed me, that's exciting. But I'm really not that good because you're packing.
It's not you. I don't know what happens, okay? Things go well for a while and I feel like I'm building something, and then it's like suddenly everything catches on fire and I just end up watching it burn.
Then tell me this. Do you want to go? Or are you afraid to stay? Because if it's the first thing, then I can't do anything. But if it's the second, I think I can help you. Let me be your fire department. Okay? And that way we can stop seeing things disappear and start seeing how we can save them.
Like, you should be booking all over the fucking place. Like, I don't know if it's lack of opportunity or whatever, but I just see you working like ripping the string, seriously. I'm like, I can't wait to see you all over the fucking place. Because you're likable, you're castable, and what I love about you, and I think maybe I said that before when I was working with you in New York, your passion for the craft is like bar none. Like, you clearly love this shit. Like, like when somebody says, I breathe, eat, and shit it, like, I believe that from you. You know what I mean? So I still, I truly highly believe in you, and good stuff. Camera's rolling. And action.
I think we've got something here, don't you?
Uh-huh.
A real connection, right?
I guess so.
There's something about people who knew you when you were young, before you had decided who you wanted to be, before you knew what face you really wanted to wear in the world. They're the only ones who really know you, you know?
Sure.
You knew I wasn't going to leave you back in that apple orchard. You knew that I would come back, right?
Yeah.
How did you know?
You like boys to play hard to get, At least you did back in high school.
Exactly, I do. I don't like to feel forced. I like to make my own decisions.
That's not what I said. I said you like to chase people.
Or whatever. The point is, you get me. You really get me. More than anyone ever has. More than anyone ever will.
Okay.
So what do you think?
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time following this conversation. I'm a little stoned.
Oh, that's okay. That's exactly why I like you. Because you're stoned right now. Because you get stoned.
I get stoned.
You get stoned. And you're chill and you're sweet and you love me just the way I am. And you have a government job, which means hours are very reasonable, so you'll be able to pick up our son from soccer and our daughter from ballet.
Who?
And I bet you're a half-decent cook, aren't you? And you'll never have money, but I don't want money. I just want love and companionship and the chance to be fulfilled artistically. You can have it all. You just can't be rich, but that's okay. You're much smarter than I ever thought, which means our children will turn out smart, which means they can get themselves scholarships and... Can I come in?
Just hold up.
What's the matter?
Just hold the hell on.
Oh, okay, I'm holding.
Slow the fuck down.
See, you were taking in what she was saying, so the levels of your epiphanies were like really visceral, and the more she said, the more you realize, whoa, she's backing me into a corner, and I like that. And that's a great example, you guys, of less is more. That's a great example. Congrats. That's good stuff. All right. Camera's rolling. And action.
How did you get in here?
The door was open. Like, you literally left the door hanging open.
There's a study that showed an open door makes the home less of a target.
You're leaving?
I don't belong in this kind of environment.
Then why did you do it in the first place?
I guess what's got me excited about the puzzle of it. Putting the research into the real world, pulling the strings. But I'm not built for the real world. And I think it's obvious now. Academics is
You've been fired, censored, on probation. You've quit every teaching job you've ever had. Why do you keep saying that's where you belong?
Because they tolerate me. Write papers, lecture, issue some apologies, repeat. I get that. I know how to do that.
Tolerating you is not the same as appreciating you, Clark. It's not the same as caring about you.
Ross doesn't really care about me.
He does. Believe me. He's far from perfect, but he absolutely cares. He cares so much, I think he's about to do something colossally stupid to try and fix things and keep you here. And here's the thing. I think it's a great idea. Not whatever he's doing, but you staying. I think maybe this is exactly where you belong. A place where they don't just tolerate you. They need you. I know when you called me, when you said you needed me, that felt good. I'm not great at a lot of things, but you made me feel great at whatever it is I do for you, and that was exciting. I guess if I were really any good, you wouldn't be packing.
Yo, it's not you, Claire. I don't know what happens, okay? Things go well for a while, and I feel like I'm building something, and then suddenly it's like everything catches on fire, and I just end up watching it get burned.
Then just tell me this. Do you want to leave, or are you afraid to stay? Because if it's the first one, I don't think I can do anything. But if it's the second one, I think I might be able to help you. I could be like your fire department. And for once, instead of watching everything disappear, you could see what it's like to save it.
See. Yeah, I didn't feel the full investment. When it started out, I thought, wow, she's going to be a really strong character actor. And as it went on, I started fighting to stay connected.
Okay.
as opposed to just being connected with you, like when I was, you know, when you found that last energy beat. So the one thing that I had to figure out was it the person that we lost? Are you aware of what happened?
For me,
Yeah.
on camera is new, so I'm completely theater background.
Okay.
So all of the on camera, so it's the angles is okay. When I look here, you know what I mean? It's making sure that that operates right, and then like theater can play off of people. So now I have to stay connected to whatever it is, no matter what I get, because I'm trying to boggle being truthful in the moment versus sticking to what works.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. The interesting thing is that, you know, sometimes you're going to just be speaking to nothing.
Right.
Just an X. Here's your mark, and there's where the person should be standing. So that's what you, so. Right. That's another. Yeah. So coming from stage to camera, do you have a fear of overacting or pushing or something? So with that realization, for me, it makes me think that you pull yourself back because you don't want to overact. But, you know, the thing is that you still have to feel that freedom. There's still freedom within the frame. And I felt that you had found it, you know, during the not the exercise, but when we were running through it, and then I felt that you tried to squish it into a certain place. So just be aware of that. There's still freedom in the frame. I understand from stage to screen, but you know, just trust the work, trust the truth, so that you don't have to dim that light, because your light is so bright when you do it. But when you do that, it's like, well, where does she go? Okay? Cool. Camera's rolling. Action.
I want to try a relationship with you.
What kind of relationship?
A permanent one.
Permanent one? Yeah, okay. I should say that I'm really flattered. Very, very flattered. But I don't think I'm in a place in my life right now where I can be generous to anybody else.
What?
But I like you a whole lot. And hoping we can, I'm glad that, you know, we had this opportunity to reestablish contact.
What?
And I'm hoping that we can remain friends.
What about last night?
Last night was really awesome.
What about all the things we said to each other?
They were intense.
I thought you loved me.
Did I say that?
Then why did we sleep together then?
Because you asked me to.
Bullshit! You brought me up here so you could bed me.
Bad.
Fuck.
Yes. Are you kidding me? You left me with blue balls for my entire adolescence. Now I've been waiting 10 years to fuck you. And that's the longest I've ever wanted anything. And now I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. And that's what I was thinking about today when I decided to get high.
Scene. So I commend you. You stood up straight. You didn't lean to the side. So I think that was the best I've ever seen you. Congratulations. Who's up next? Camera's rolling. And action.
want to try a relationship with you.
What sort of relationship?
A permanent one.
Permanent one? Okay. I should say that I'm flattered. I mean, I'm very flattered. But I don't think I'm in a place in my life right now where I can be generous to anybody else.
What?
But I'm just glad that we got a chance to establish contact.
What?
And I was hoping we could be friends. I mean, that's cool with you.
What about last night?
Last night was awesome.
What about all the things we said to each other?
Some things.
I thought you loved me.
Did I say that?
Well, why did you sleep with me then?
You asked me to.
Bullshit! You brought me up here so you could bed me.
Babe.
Fuck!
Oh, yes.
Why?
Are you kidding? But you left me with blue balls my entire adolescence. I've been wanting to fuck you for 10 years. That's the longest time I've been wanting anything. I don't know what I want to do with my life. That's what I was thinking about when I decided to get high.
Scene. I thought you were authentic and honest.
It felt really good. I
That's
have one
good.
question.
Sure.
When I feel tension, I'm just making sure I'm hitting what you just told me. To just find another way to express it versus just right in here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that there's a deeper place that you can go with whatever's showing up on your face, you know, and sometimes when it shows up on your face, it's somewhat of a control mechanism, and it doesn't completely allow the sensation to fully drop wherever the sensation is really lying in your instrument. That's what you want to give voice to. It doesn't have to show up here for you to convey your message. Yeah. Cool? Cameras rolling. Action.
I want to try a relationship with you.
What sort of relationship?
A permanent one.
Permanent one? Yeah, okay. I should say that I'm flattered. I'm very, very flattered. But I'm not in a place in my life right now where I can be generous to anybody.
What?
But I like you a whole lot, and I think it was cool that we got a chance to, contact.
What?
I mean, and we could be friends if that's cool with you.
What about last night?
Last night was awesome.
All the things we said to each other?
It was intense.
I thought you loved me.
Did I say that?
Then why did you sleep with me?
Because you asked me to.
Bullshit. You brought me up there to bed me.
Bed?
Fuck?
Well, yes.
Why?
Are you kidding? You left me with blue balls my entire adolescence. I've been wanting to fuck you for 10 years. That's the longest time I ever wanted anything in my life. I don't even know what I want to do with my life. That's why I decided to get high. Okay?
Scene. I felt the stakes were a little low.
Okay.
But I connected to you on the "Are you kidding me?" That really
Resonates.
popped for me.
Okay.
So I was like, it was honest, I didn't feel you pushing or trying to make something happen, but the truth is, if I were to watch that back, I don't know if I'd make it through the whole tape. Like, I don't know if I would forward that to the director, because I feel that you should have me at hello. You should. Okay?
Now, I have one question. Like,
Sure.
when you're filming, because when I normally audition, I'm always looking at the reader.
Yeah.
But you said fourth wall, so that's...
Well, no, I directed, I said, look at the reader and then put the other... Where were you looking? Straight ahead. Oh, well, it read okay. It read well, but I did say earlier, look at the reader.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cameras rolling. And action.
How did you get in here?
Left the door open. The door was hanging open.
Well, there's a study that showed an open door makes a home less of a target.
You're leaving?
I don't belong in this kind of environment.
Then why did you do it in the first place?
I guess Ross got me excited about the puzzle of it. Putting the research into the real world, pull the strings. But I'm not built for the real world, and I think that's obvious now. Academics is where I belong.
You've been fired, censored, on probation, and quit every teaching job you've ever had. Why do you keep saying that's where you belong?
They tolerate me. Write papers, lecture, issue some apologies, repeat. I get that. I know how to do that.
Tolerating you is not the same as appreciating you, Clark. It's not the same as appreciating you.
Ross doesn't really care about me.
He does. Believe me, he absolutely cares. I know he's a long way away from being perfect, but he absolutely cares. He's so much, he cares so much. I think he's going to do something colossally stupid to try to fix everything so that you can stay here. And here's the thing. I think it's a good idea. Not whatever he's doing, but you staying. When you call, it makes me feel good. I'm not good at a lot of things, but when you say that I'm great, it makes me feel like so amazing.
It's not you. I don't know what happens, okay? Things go well for a while and I feel like I'm building something and then it's like suddenly everything catches on fire and I just end up watching it burn.
Then just tell me this. Do you want to leave or are you afraid to stay? Because if it's the first thing, I don't think I can do anything. But if it's the second thing, I think I could help you.
Scene. Okay, that's right, stop. Rolling, and action.
How did you get in here?
Your door's open, like literally your door's wide open.
There's a study that showed open doors make homes less of a target.
You're leaving?
I don't belong in this environment.
So why did you stay in the first place?
I guess Ross got me excited with the puzzle of it, putting the research into the real world, pull the strings. I don't belong in the real world. I think that's obvious now. Academics.
You've been fired, censored, on probation, or quit every single teaching job you've ever had. Why do you keep insisting that that's where you belong?
You tolerate me. Write papers, lecture, issue some apologies, repeat. I get that. I know how to do that.
Tolerating you is not the same as appreciating you, Clark. It's not the same as caring for you.
Ross doesn't care about me.
He does. Believe me, he's a long way from perfect, but he absolutely cares. He cares so much that I think he's about to do something colossally stupid to try and fix it and keep you here. And that's the thing. I think maybe that's a good idea. I think that you belong here. And I think maybe this is exactly where you belong, a place where people don't just tolerate you, where they need you. I know when you called and you said you needed me, it made me feel good. I'm not great at a lot of things, but it made me feel like I was great at whatever it is that I do for you.
made me feel real excited. But I guess I'm not that good if you're still packing.
It's not you. I don't know what happens, okay? Things go well for a while and I feel like I'm building up to something and then it suddenly catches fire and I just end up watching it burn.
Then just tell me this. Do you want to leave or are you afraid to stay? Because if it's the first thing, then I can't do anything. But if it's the second thing, then maybe I can help you. I could be like your fire department. And for once, instead of seeing everything disappear, you can see what it's like to save it.
Cameras rolling. Action.
I want to try a relationship with you.
What kind?
A permanent one.
A permanent one? Yeah, okay, I should say that I'm flattered. I'm very, very flattered, but I don't feel I'm in a place right now where I can be very generous to anybody.
What?
But I like you a lot, and I'm glad we were able to, reestablish contact.
What?
And I hope we can remain friends, if that's cool with you.
What about last night?
Oh, last night was amazing.
All the things we said to each other?
Intense.
I thought you loved me.
Did I say that?
Why did you sleep with me then?
Because you asked me to.
Bullshit. You brought me out there to bed me.
Bed?
Fuck.
Well, yes.
Why?
Why? You want to know why? My entire adolescence, you gave me blue balls. I've been waiting 10 years to fuck you. That's what I was thinking about when I decided to get high.
Scene.
Somebody stole my beat sheet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help restore Alchemy of Acting, otherwise known as A.O.A